Welcome to your reading, Pisces. Pisces, May 2025. So, upon examining these cards, I had a little bit of a vision. So I'm going to divide this into two groups of people because it's mainly talking about the things you want, and for some of you, the things you already have. And it's talking about the things that are blocking you from having what you want. So, the Seven of Pentacles showing up in your past position is telling me that you recently experienced impatience and frustration over something. So this was either in the recent past or in the past. But it's in your past position, and it has to do with frustration, feeling like you didn't get the rewards that you wanted. So when we look at justice next to that, justice is in the middle of your spread. Justice, at first glance, you might think it's about fairness and about truth, about liberty, right? But upon closer inspection, because it's on top of the Ten of Cups, I feel like this Justice card, for those of you that are single, is holding up a mirror. And it's holding up a mirror to make you ask yourself, what is it that I'm biased about? What is it that I have red flags about? What is it that is my deal breaker when it comes to getting to know somebody? You might have several deal breakers, okay? Some of us have a lot of deal breakers. And what does that do? It keeps people single, for the most part. Now, if it's a matter of being selective, if it's a matter of being picky, you still have to ask yourself, are those biases really valid? Because there's silly things like, okay, for example, maybe you have biases about women, right? And maybe you have biases about women that wear red lipstick. It could be something silly like that. Or maybe it's not silly, because Nikola Tesla, the infamous scientist, he supposedly hated red lipstick and hated pearls on women. So in his day, in that time period, that was like the stylish thing to wear, was pearls and red lipstick. And supposedly he was like really against that. So what happened? He probably didn't talk to a lot of the women that would have been very compatible with him because of those little biases. So it could be little biases, like even like if you're a female or a guy who likes guys, it could be biases about, say, his sunglasses. Maybe you don't like the sunglasses that a certain guy wears, or his cologne. It could be something silly. But it's these little things that add up. And instead of seeing the big picture, you're focusing too much on the little biases. So it's asking you to look deeper. What are the deeper or more complex biases? What are the deeper or more complex deal breakers that you keep encountering? Because what I see here with the Wheel of Fortune reversed is showing me a pattern that keeps appearing for you. Okay, this isn't just a one-time thing. This is a pattern. So if this keeps happening for you in different ways, there's something that you need to look at within yourself, because what does that do when, for a lot of people that are in the spiritual community will know this, but what that does when you keep having deal breakers or biases that you think about, things that keep appearing, all right, as a pattern, it's because your consciousness is highly rejecting it. So what happens is a lot of times the universe will throw more of that at you, and you'll get more of the similar things that you're trying to repel. So this is for the single people. Once again, this is for the single people. You want to think about the ways in which you can be more open-minded, okay? Obviously, if those biases and red flags have to do with values or deep belief systems for you, then yeah, obviously you don't want to change them, right? But if there are things that you possibly could turn around, because what I'm seeing here also is in your family position, you have the Hierophant reversed. In your family position with the Hierophant reversed, that tells me that either someone in your family is going against the grain, or your family dynamic, or the people that you surround yourself with, tend to be more on the free-spirited side. They're not constrained to tradition. They're not tethered to rules, okay? They're very carefree. They're very open-minded. They're more willing to bend. What that's saying is that there is an opportunity here to bend the rules a little bit, because the way you're going, the way you're moving about the world and having such resistance to certain things, it's no longer serving you, is what I'm hearing. It's not conducive to the life that you want. And what I'm seeing right now are numbers, literal, addition numbers, right? 2 + 2 = 4. Simple addition. What you're doing doesn't add up. And for some of you, it could be a deep, and this is making me think of myself, because I'm very, very, very much against marriage for myself. Okay? I'm not against marriage for other people. What you do makes you happy. I'm all for that. But I am terrified of marriage. Terrified of it. And I've never been married. I always said that I don't plan on getting married ever. And it's only because of what I went through in my family. And that's something that I have to work on, right? It's not something that is going to go away overnight. It's something that I would have to work on in therapy, right? So marriage is just one example. Now, for those of you that are married, this is telling me that there are some control issues going on within the dynamic. The King of Swords reversed is telling me that you or someone close to you is having a very bad temper, and it's affecting the relationship. There's a lot of control dynamics going on. There's a lot of cold aloofness between the two of you. And once again, we're dealing with patterns within the relationship. Things that keep occurring over and over again. And what I'm hearing is that balance is very much needed at this time, okay? So in the near future, towards the end of the month especially, there's going to be a lot of temperance needed. So whatever you can do to balance your emotions, to withdraw from the situation if you need to take a cooler, it's important that you do. Because the clarifier card that I got was the Lovers reversed. When I clarified temperance as a future position, I got the Lovers reversed. So the Lovers reversed with temperance says that a reevaluation is needed. It's important to reevaluate everything going on. And it's important to really, really consider what makes you feel peace. I'm going to put some numbers in the description box for hotlines in case someone needs it, because there is 1 or 2 people visiting this channel that might need it. It's important that you find your inner peace this month, whatever way you can do that. The 10 of Pentacles, on a good note for both sides, whether you're married or single, means that you're going to have a little lump sum of money coming in from some type of resource, which is good. Very good things. 10 of Pentacles, that's crowning your entire spread. So your finances should be good this month. You should be doing really well. Now, if neither of those situations applies to you, and you're more in the career sector, justice could very much have to do with a big decision. And your big decision could have everything to do with a series, a channel, some type of platform that has several different shows, several different articles, several different of something. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune reversed is showing me. It's showing me like a series of some kind. So there's a couple of you that are weighing a decision very carefully on top of the 10 of Cups. And underneath that is the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is saying that there's a choice that needs to be made. You see that there's 2 pathways there. And the two pathways lead to totally different situations. You're making plans with this card. The Two of Wands is also telling me that you're making plans. I feel like you're making plans behind the scenes. And it's important that you make those plans from a place of logic, from a place of analyzing the situation fully from a more logical perspective. Don't do it from the emotions. Because what this is telling me upside down is that the person is thinking very emotionally. Just make sure you're not reacting and you're taking deep breaths and you're controlling your emotions. You can always go into your car and scream. It's important that you're maintaining a peaceful demeanor. For some of you that are dealing with clients, because there's quite a few of you that are dealing with clients on a regular basis, and you might be tested this month in the sense that you're going to have to be very fair, be very just. You might have to be a little cold because those people that overstep your boundaries are going to need to be cut off or put in place. So this is what this card is saying, is that you're going to act very fairly, very justly, but there's a possibility that they might take it as being cold. So just do it in the nicest way possible, and that's all you can do, right? Because you don't want the situation repeating as a pattern. In order to avoid that type of pattern, you want better patterns. So in order to achieve the better patterns, the better situations, the better future situations, you have to set boundaries, you have to enforce boundaries. So the Seven of Wands in your hopes and fears section is showing me that you're gearing up for competition. You're gearing up for competition. You're also gearing up for possible opposition. So you're gearing up for opposing views. Maybe you've had them in the past and now you want to face them head on. And you're strong in your sense that you know how to clear the pathway ahead of you for your own personal balance. So this entire spread, in my opinion, is about balance, is about emotional equilibrium, and is about having that emotional equilibrium in order to attain the recipe for manifestation. Because we all know, well, some of us know that in order to manifest something, or in order to manifest abundance in all its forms, there has to be belief and there has to be emotional equilibrium. Your emotions can't be resisting what it is that you want. You can't be resisting things on a subconscious level and yet expect to achieve them. And that's why I encourage people to do the work. If you go to Byron Katie's website, you'll find stuff on the work. Very, very interesting, because when you turn around your thoughts and when you turn around your beliefs, you will see things in a completely different perspective. So this month, it's important for you to maintain your cool, but get it out in the gym. Get it out in other ways. Don't exert your emotions or lash out on people. Maintain your composure this month, but let it out in the ways that you need to. That's important. Because energetically, on an energetic level, you don't want to hold on to stuff. You don't want to hold on to emotional baggage, okay? It's important that you set it down. It's important that you cry when you need to. I mean, I just saw a YouTube video earlier that made me cry. Sometimes that happens. Just never know when it's going to happen. This one in particular had to do with a peanut allergy on a plane. And it triggered some of my memories from me having a peanut allergy. For some of you, releasing some of the pent-up emotions is key to you being able to open your heart to a relationship. Because for those of you that are looking for a relationship, the Justice card is saying that you have work to do. That what you have attracted in the past does not have to be what you attract in the future. Things are changing now. And part of that change has to do with what you bring to the surface, what you're able to deconstruct. And what happens when we deconstruct? We build anew. So there is a cycle going on within this reading, a big cycle. And It's a beautiful one, but it's not going to be easy. I'm going to include the links to Byron Katie's The Work in the description box for those of you that are interested. That's your reading for May 2025. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in June.